Miami! Miami! Woo! I'm mostly pumped because I just finished my finals, but this news makes me pretty happy as well. How's it going, guys? I know I don't talk about Formula 1 a lot. I know this is kind of weird and probably different. I mostly talk about NASCAR, but Formula 1, I got some pretty cool news that's pretty close to me because, as you guys know, I live in South Florida. Well, I don't live in South Florida now, but I do live in South Florida permanently, and while I'm in college at the University of Florida in Gainesville, I'm up in Gainesville, but I'm from that South Florida area. So the news that in 2019, Formula 1 might be coming to Miami is pretty awesome. I want you guys to comment down below what you think of the news. Obviously, I'm a little bit biased because I'm a Miami guy. I wasn't born in Miami. I was born about an hour north, but I think my sister was born in Miami. My parents lived in Miami for a little bit before we moved an hour north, and then I always am a Miami fan. All my favorite sports teams are from Miami, and I've been to the area where the track seems like it's going to be at many times. Like many times. I know how to get to the AAA and Bayside area probably by heart now. So Formula 1 already has a US Grand Prix with COTA, Circuit of the Americas, in Texas, which for those of you that don't know much about America, Texas is towards the Midwest. Miami is basically the southern tip of the United States. Beautiful area. If you've never seen Miami, you've never been to Miami, it is absolutely beautiful. I highly recommend you do come check it out one day. Formula 1's looking to add a second US circuit. COTA is basically a designed racetrack. It's not a street circuit, but Miami would be a street circuit, much like Monaco. But the track to compare it the most to would be Baku. So back in 2015, Formula E had a street race here in Miami, and this was the layout. So as you can see here, it's basically circulating the AAA, the American Airlines Arena. The main straight is on Biscayne Boulevard, which is basically the main street for downtown Miami. Rather small circuit compared to what I'm about to show you. So thanks to Adam Stern on Twitter for posting this, but this is the proposed F1 layout for the 2019 Miami Grand Prix. So as you can see here, it's definitely different. You see up top near the north area, that's the American Airlines Arena, and the same thing, the paddock and the start-finish straight might be around there most likely. However, the difference is as you come, you make a left-hander. Basically, that turn one is going to be the northeast part of the track. Make a left-hander, make another sharp left-hander onto Biscayne Boulevard. Now, I don't know exactly where the start-finish line is going to be, so when I say turn one, it might not really be turn one, but most likely this is the way the layout's going to be. So you come down south towards Biscayne Boulevard, have this little kind of chicane area where you make a quick little right-hander and then back left-hander, come back down Biscayne Boulevard, and then you kind of loop around it, go back up Biscayne Boulevard, and then you go through a high-speed right-hander, basically that's going to take you onto this bridge. So the bridge is used for cruises. As you guys know, Biscayne Boulevard, Miami, downtown area is very popular for its cruise port. So it's going to go over the bridge, and this straight is probably around 3/4 of a mile long. Head into a very hard braking hairpin corner, come back across the bridge into another very hard braking, basically it looks like a turn that's very resemblant to China, the hard braking second and final corner there. And then you come back towards the pit lane paddock area. Like I said, I'm pretty familiar with the Miami streets, so I actually think this could work. The bridge is a little bit worrying because of safety concerns, but they can kind of figure a way out on that, because that right-hander that they're taking onto the bridge is not going to be a slow right-hander. So the cars are going to have, they're already going to have a good amount of speed heading onto the bridge, and that bridge I would say is not too steep in terms of like going up and down, but it's fairly, you know, decent. So I think it'll just add some safety concerns there just in case, because if there's contact made or something. So I don't know what they can do there, because the 2015 Formula E, they never went across the bridge. The bridge was never touched. So this is something that's completely new territory. Now, bringing a street race to Miami would be awesome. It'd be fantastic. Miami is one of the best areas to showcase the greatness of the United States. You can't really do... I know there's a Formula E race in New York, I think, but New York is so incredibly packed that I don't think it create as good as racing. This circuit, it could create some decent racing. I mean, the very hard braking zones, I think there's about, I would say, maybe 3 to 4 of them that are hard braking zones that you can make a pass. Obviously, DRS is most likely going to be down across the bridge, and maybe Biscayne Boulevard, but probably not, but most likely the bridge, and that would be really cool. Now, before we get too far ahead of ourselves, here's the thing. This race hasn't even been voted on yet, which is surprising, because Formula 1 is already coming out with statements, public statements, that they are looking to bring a F1 race to Miami. And Stephen Ross, who is the owner of the Miami Dolphins and is playing a large part in bringing Formula One to Miami, is helping talks and negotiations go forward. Now here's the interesting thing. The Miami government haven't even voted on this. It hasn't even gotten to the Miami Council, the mayor and everyone there. But, as you can see here, the mayor is actually helping sponsor this race. The mayor is Francis Suarez. He's actually helping sponsor the race. He wants to bring it to Miami. So that's not an issue. They just have to vote on it. Most likely, I would say it will get approved, but just because of the economic revenue that this race can bring. I mean, it would be crazy what this race can do and bring to the Miami area. Many events are already held there, and especially with the fact that the AAA is right there in the circuit, you can host pre-race, post-race shows in the AAA. Obviously, the park at Bayside is going to be packed. It's going to be crazy. I mean, it's already a packed area no matter what, whenever you go. But bring a Formula One race in, and we're talking some absolute mayhem. All the bars, restaurants, clubs, hotels in Miami will generate so much revenue. So it is very likely that the Formula One race will be approved. Unfortunately, according to Adam Stern, it's looking like they're looking to replace Baku with Miami. Now, I don't really agree with that. I actually do like street circuits, so I would hope Baku stays there because Baku just had a really good race just not long ago. But we'll have to wait and see if Baku is the track that will be replaced to bring Miami onto the circuit. Again, I'm biased because I would immediately be the first one to go buy my ticket, and I'm already trying to save up some money, put it in a little bit of a different account so I can go there and enjoy the Grand Prix in Miami. It would be unfortunate if Baku and Azerbaijan lost their race due to a Miami race. I don't want that to happen, but it's logistics and I don't really know what's going to go on there. So I want you guys to comment down below and let me know what you think of this news. Again, it's not official yet, but Formula One, the FIA, Stephen Ross and everyone involved in Miami, they're looking to push this thing pretty hard. It's already out in the public news, which is odd for a race to be basically being confirmed pretty much without the government actually voting on it yet. So it looks like everyone's in agreement that we're going to be able to get sponsors, we're going to be able to get everyone coming into line to do this race in Miami. The street circuit looks pretty awesome. I think it should generate some pretty cool racing, some pretty exciting racing with those two very long straights and the heavy braking zones. And like I said, I'll be the first one there. So if any of you guys, if this gets confirmed, if any of you guys want to come down with me, come down to Miami, wherever you are in the country of America or overseas in Europe or anywhere across the world, Australia, China, South America, anywhere you are, come over to Miami. You will have a fantastic time. I promise you. Don't stay out too late, but that is what Miami is, and it will just be fantastic. So, yeah, that's basically the news for Formula One. I know it's a little bit different kind of video on my channel, but I really want to talk about it because it is near my home area, and I am very, very excited to see if this does come about. So, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you comment down below. I want to hear what your thoughts are. Obviously, there could be some concerns just with the layout of the street circuit. Could be some safety risks that we don't know about yet, but we'll see how everything goes. So I'll see you guys later. Hope you are having a fantastic day, and peace out. I can't change, even if I tried, even if I wanted to, and I can't change, even if I tried. My love, she keeps me warm.